Comment ça va, mes amis? Hello, et c'est temps pour une autre édition de Le Rendez-vous des Cajuns. C'est un gros lundi après-midi. Souhaite à tout passer une bonne fête de jour de Pâques avec vous et votre famille. Mais c'est un spécial programme après-midi. Si tu es un fan de Facebook, on a annoncé sur Facebook et sur KVPI aussi qu'aujourd'hui, on va spotlight la musique d'un bon ami de tous nous autres ici à KVPI. Le fameux chanteur, musicien, un Cajun qui est bien fier de son héritage, Monsieur Camey Doucet, a célébré une fête hier et on est préparé avec Camey à sur le téléphone. Comment ça va, Camey?
Ah, c'est bon pour être 82 ans. Je suis terriblement bon. Je peux boire une tasse de café.
C'est pas mauvais du tout. Et de tous nous autres, on veut dire encore une bonne fête. 82, hein, Camey?
82.
C'est pas mauvais. 82 years old. Did you have any idea, Camey, you'd still be un DJ sur le radio et aussi connecté avec la musique après toutes ces années comme ça?
Non. Il faut que je te dise la France vérité.
Let's talk about your background, Camey. T'étais un natif. Are you t'étais né?
Crowley, Louisiana.
Et bonheur dans ta vie. Did you always want to be in the music business, or was there something else or was there somebody in your family that was in the music business?
Well, my daddy could play the accordion pretty good, but he never had a band.
He never played it professionally, huh?
No, he just played for us at the house.
Uh-huh.
But he was good. He was a really good accordion player.
And what was his name, Camey?
Julian. He was born in the Pointe Noire area in 1888.
Wow.
He was 94 when he passed away.
So he lived a good, long life.
Yep. And he was still pretty strong.
Uh-huh.
So he was, he had surgery when he was like 86, and the doctor said his body was like a 40-year-old man.
Wow. So now, was there anybody else that influenced you, Camey, to get in the music business?
No, I always did like to sing.
Uh-huh.
And because my mama told me when I was a child, I would sit on the steps and I couldn't even talk, but I'd tap my feet and I would make little noises like I was singing.
How old were you when you were doing that?
I'm probably 3 or 4 years old.
Wow. And later on in life, when you were a teenager, were you into rock and roll? Did you start have a rock and roll band or anything?
Yeah, you know what? I played with Clint West. I was the lead singer, and he was the drummer, and he would sing too. He and I, and Pucha Benoit, and there was Roland, and I don't remember Roland's last name, but they all came from around the Y, just north of Mamou.
What was the name of y'all's band? Did y'all have a name for your band?
We called ourselves the Diamonds.
Clint West and the Diamonds, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And I was standing up in the front doing the lead singing. And that's all I had to do, just sing.
So what years are we talking about, Camey?
Probably...
in the 60s?
57 or 58, somewhere around that time.
Wow. Back in the 50s.
Yeah. Old-time rock and roll.
Do you remember playing at any of the area clubs?
Yeah, but I don't remember the names of them.
Yeah. I'm sure probably many around the Evangeline Parish area, huh?
Yeah, that's where most of it was.
Yeah.
Because, Clint was from that area. He was
booking the gigs. Halls. Do you remember your very first pay, your first check or your first payment to playing professionally? Camey, any idea how much money you were paid?
I think it was $15.
$15.
And
Wow.
that wasn't bad.
Yeah. $15 went a long way, huh?
Yeah. You know, when I got out of the Army in '63, about a year later, I bought a brand new Chevy Nova for $24.95.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Wow.
Now, it didn't have power windows. We didn't have air conditioning, but it was a new car.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't go wrong with $24.95. And now you hear those ads, $15,000 off the MSRP.
How many Chevy Novas do you think you could buy with that, huh?
You know, you could have bought almost a brand new house in those days for $15,000.
Exactement.
What les affaires à changer, hein?
Camey. So, your first foray into Cajun music was with who?
My first 45 that I recorded was Wayne Toops. He was 14 years old. And c'était Moi et mon cousin
What a great song.
on one side and C'est ennuyant on the flip side.
Was that with Floyd, or was that with Master? Or that was in Crowley?
Yeah, the Millers in Crowley.
Yeah, great song.
And then a few months later, I wrote Un pomme par jour, et c'est tout fini.
Another double-sided hit.
Yeah, Wayne Tooth played on that too. And then
Was Wayne Toops part of your band back then?
well, you know, the thing is, when I wrote my first two songs, C'est ennuyant, Moi et mon cousin et C'est ennuyant,
Uh-huh.
I went to the Millers and asked them, is there an accordion player that I could use that y'all know?
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple of songs written, and I need somebody to play the accordion. And they suggested, well, look, there's a young accordion player called Wayne Toops. He's just starting to play, and why don't you call his daddy and see if he can come and record? And I got a hold of his daddy, and his daddy said, oh, yeah. So I put the songs on a cassette tape and gave it to him so they'd have the melody.
Right.
And once he got the melody, you know, he called me and said, well, I think we're ready to go. So we made a date at the Miller studio and went up there and recorded it.
Camey, without it, we could chat for the next 3 hours, but we gotta talk about probably your signature song, the song that you'll always be famous for, a song that you wrote, Maman, c'est toujours ton petit garçon.
Yeah, you know.
I'm sure it still touches you when you sing it. Do you still sing it today?
Well, I don't sing anymore. I can't hardly talk.
Yeah. But when you were singing, I'm sure it was through these years. It had to be a touching song.
It has been very much so. You know, after Mama passed away, it went probably maybe a couple of years, and I don't know why, but I always felt my family would always tell me how much Mama loved me. They would tell me, you were Mama's favorite child. You know that, don't you? And I didn't know that, but I figured it was.
Uh-huh.
And I always felt like I was her little boy. And so I started writing the song, Maman, c'est toujours ton petit garçon. But you know, I was almost ashamed to record that because I figured people would laugh because I wrote a song like that. But it was just the opposite. People went nuts over it, you know. It just.
What was the reaction from your mom?
Well, she had already gone.
So she never got to hear it.
2 years.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine if she would have had a chance to hear it?
But you know what? One time we were playing for a church function in Crowley,
Mm-hmm.
and my sister and her husband brought my daddy where we were playing outside there they had a flatbed trailer,
Mm-hmm.
and he sat right in front by the speakers, and I can remember when I
Sure, Camey.
Well, when I sang that song, my daddy was crying.
Oh, wow. It touched him, huh?
Yeah, he cried. A lot of other people did too.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to compose that song?
Not long. It just came automatic.
But that has to be your most requested song out of all the ones you've recorded through the years.
Yeah, that and Moi Cousin.
Yeah. We still play all those great songs over here through the years. You're still one of the most requested artists over here on our French show, Camey.
And y'all got a good thing going there at KVPI.
Well, we're trying to keep the tradition going.
Yeah, you got a good thing going.
Camey, besides a recording artist, you have been honored by the broadcasters. I was at the broadcasters convention when they honored you for all your many years as a DJ. How many years have you been doing your radio show, Camey?
Around 46 or 47 years.
Wow.
I'm not sure exactly.
You began at what radio station? Are you been at the same radio through the years?
No, I started at KAJN in Crawley, and they were 1560 AM.
Uh-huh.
And I went to work there as a salesperson. And after working there 3 or 4 months, the sales manager asked me if I could talk French. I said, well, yeah, I couldn't speak English till I went to school. And he said, there's a guy that's doing a program 8 hours on Saturday. Would you like to take 4 hours of that program and do it all in French the way they do it? And I really didn't know what to say at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it over about a week or two, and I said, well, I'll try. And, of course, me being from Crawley and everybody knew me, I had a rock and roll band all the time. Everybody knew me.
Mm-hmm.
And it lit a fire at that station. And that's the way I started. I started really by, I wouldn't say it was an accident, but that's the way I started.
Well, God has blessed you in many ways, Camey.
Oh, I'm telling you, I could tell you some stories of my life in the past, how He's kept me.
You've had a lot of health issues, and you've come through them through your faith, and because of the love and prayers of a lot of your friends.
I'm telling you, yeah. And when I was a youngster, I could hear Mama crying and praying for her children. Yeah, she'd get back in a room on her knees and she'd cry and pray. Mm-hmm. God would take care of her children.
And you're still going strong today. You're still doing a radio show even today, aren't you?
I'm still doing that on Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, I don't do but just one day now.
I
do 2 hours of gospel music on Sunday afternoon, so that's a blessing in disguise, so to speak.
We have some of your gospel songs over here. In fact, we played some around Easter last weekend. We played some of the songs that you had recorded en français.
En français.
C'est les jolies chansons, les jolis cantiques.
Ouais, moi j'aime les cantiques en français. J'aime les country gospel aussi.
C'est bien joli. Camey, we got to wrap it up. I want to thank you, my friend. Always a pleasure to catch up with you, to find out what's going on in your world. Et qui tu veux dire à tous les résidents, les personnes qui après écouter KVPI. And again, and bonne fête à vous.
Merci beaucoup et lâche pas la patate.
Thank you, Camey. Happy birthday and lâche pas la patate de tous nous autres ici à KVPI.
Et Marc, muchas gracias.